Welcome to Eco Talks, the podcast dedicated to exploring sustainable solutions for a healthier planet. My name is Rachel, your host, and today we are diving into a topic that affects every household and community, that is organic waste management. And to guide us through this, we have a very special guest, and he is Dr. Thomas Aneni, the Executive Director of Sustainable Environment Development Initiative. Welcome, Dr. Thomas.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about such a crucial subject.
You're welcome, sir. So let's get right into it. It's fantastic to have someone with your direct experience. Dr. Tom, to kick things off, for our listeners who might not be entirely familiar with your organization, can you tell us a bit about SEDI? What's SEDI's mission, and specifically, what's the significance of your organic resource facility?
SEDI, the Sustainable Environment Development Initiative, is a non-profit, non-governmental organization headquartered in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. Our core mission is deeply rooted in promoting environmental sustainability and fostering community well-being across the region. We believe that a healthy environment is fundamental to sustainable development and the quality of life for everyone. The Organic Resource Facility is truly one of our flagship initiatives, and its significance cannot be overstated. In essence, it's a critical piece of infrastructure designed to revolutionize how organic waste is handled in our community. When waste arrives at the facility, it undergoes a meticulous sorting and weighing session to ensure purity and track incoming materials. From there, the organic materials are directed to various processing streams. We have dedicated composting sections where food scraps, garden waste, and other organics are naturally broken down into nutrient-rich compost. Critically, we also utilize the black soldier fly unit. These insects are incredibly efficient at consuming organic waste, converting it into valuable protein for animal feed, and a high-quality organic fertilizer often called frass. This multi-pronged approach allows us to transform what was once a problem into multiple valuable resources. It effectively diverts massive amounts of waste from landfills, drastically reducing methane emissions, which are a potent greenhouse gas. Beyond that, it allows us to create valuable products that can be returned to the soil or used in other industries, improving agriculture and green spaces, and fostering local economic development. It's a tangible manifestation of the circular economy, demonstrating how waste can be a resource, not just a problem, and if it's vital because it addresses waste management challenges while simultaneously creating environmental and economic benefits.
Wow, that's truly inspiring work, using such innovative methods to turn a challenge into an opportunity. So with that context from SEDI's efforts, let's go back to basics for our listeners. What exactly is this organic waste?
Great starting point. Organic waste, in simple terms, is any material that comes from plants or animals and is biodegradable. Think of your kitchen scraps, fruits and vegetable peels, leftover food, coffee grounds, eggshells, as well as garden waste like leaves, grass clippings, and small branches. Even things like paper towels and cardboard can fall under this category as they originate from plants.
Okay, it's essentially anything that was once alive. And why is managing this type of waste so important? What happens if we don't manage it very well?
Great question. That's where the problem arises. When organic waste ends up in landfills, it decomposes in an anaerobic environment, meaning without oxygen. This process releases methane, the greenhouse gas that is far more potent than carbon dioxide in terms of its global warming potential. Methane contributes significantly to climate change. Beyond that, decomposing organic waste in landfills can create leachate, a toxic liquid that can contaminate soil and groundwater. It also takes up valuable landfill space.
So it's not just about the smell, it has serious environmental consequences. So what are some of the most effective ways to manage this organic waste, especially for individuals like me, and how households?
Good. For individuals, composting is by far one of the most effective and accessible methods. Composting is a natural process where organic materials break down into a nutrient-rich soil amendment called compost. You can do it in your backyard with a compost bin or even indoors with a vermicomposting, worm composting system for smaller spaces.
Composting sounds really great, but I can imagine that some of our listeners might be thinking, that sounds complicated. Or what about the smell? As someone who oversees a facility like the resource facility with multiple processing methods, can you clarify what composting can be like for home use?
Absolutely. Composting isn't as daunting as it sounds. Even our facility handles it on a much larger scale. The key for home composting is to have a good balance of grains, nitrogen-rich materials like food scraps and grass clippings, and browns, carbon-rich materials like dry leaves, shredded paper, and cardboard. With the right balance, proper aeration, and a bit of moisture, you won't have issues with smell. In fact, a healthy compost pile should smell earthy. There are many resources online and local workshops that can guide you through this process. And we at SEDI are always looking for ways to educate the public on these practices.
That's quite interesting. Beyond home composting, what are some larger scale organic waste management strategies being implemented, like what SEDI is pioneering with its comprehensive approach?
Yes, on the larger scale, as we are doing with our organic resource facility, we are seeing a growing trend towards centralized organic waste processing. This can involve large-scale composting, similar to what you do at home, but on a much grander, more controlled scale, and advanced biological treatments like anaerobic digestion, which produces biogas, a clean energy source, or, as we're utilizing, black soldier fly bioconversion. These facilities are crucial because they can handle much larger volumes of waste than individual households and ensure the process is done efficiently and without harmful emissions, bringing significant environmental and economic benefits to a whole city or region. Our focus is definitely on these biological treatment methods that prioritize safe resource recovery rather than methods like incineration, which come with significant costs and environmental concerns.
That's fascinating. Focusing on turning waste into valuable soil amendments, protein, and even clean energy through biogas, while sidestepping methods that are less environmentally encouraged. Are there any other innovative approaches or technologies emerging in this field that SEDI might be exploring or keeping an eye on?
Yes, we are seeing more advancements in decentralized composting solutions for communities and even in-sink food waste disposals that connect to anaerobic digesters rather than just the sewer system. There is also research into using food waste for bioplastic production and other bio-based materials. The goal is to have and towards a more circular economy where waste is seen as a resource, not just something to be thrown away.
That's actually a powerful shift in perspective. For our listeners who are motivated to start making a difference with their organic waste, what's one key takeaway or first step you can recommend, perhaps even how they can support initiatives like SEDI?
Very good. My biggest recommendation is to start small and don't be intimidated. Every action, no matter how small, contributes. You can begin by simply separating your food scraps at home. Then explore what options are available in your community. Perhaps there is a local collection point or a community composting project. For those in Edo State, we encourage you to learn more about SEDI and how you can participate in our initiatives, whether it's through proper waste segregation at source or supporting our efforts to expand. Every little bit helps, and once you see the positive impact, it's incredibly rewarding.
So start small and make a big impact. That's a very perfect note to end, Dr. Tom, the Executive Director of SEDI. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights on the critical topic of organic waste management. Your work at SEDI is truly inspiring.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me and for highlighting these important issues at this time. Thank you very much.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Echo Talks. Join us next time as we explore another facet of sustainable living. Until then, keep it green.